Well, welcome everyone. It's a real pleasure to have the opportunity to share this wonderful, wonderful product information that we want to share with you. My name is Christian Jangra, and I've been with Max International for the past, my God, I would say 17 and a half years now. And tonight I'm joined by a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine. Her name is Jasmine Tiberge. She's an amazing presenter. You'll have an opportunity to hear her in a moment as we're going to be sharing the floor here this evening. So, really, tonight, what we want to do is we want to give you an overview of the products and how they can actually benefit you. I myself, I've been benefiting from the Celgivity and the Max GXL and the Max One. And we'll share with you why this product is so important, especially in today's society and what's infested in our food. I think we all know it's really important for the body to be clean. And what we're about to share with you can actually have a very significant impact into your health. So, Jasmine, welcome. And it's a pleasure to present with you here this evening.
Thank you so much, Chris. And it's my honor to be presenting with you as well. So as Chris said, my name is Jasmine, and I too am very excited. I've been involved with Max for 13 years, and this is completely life-changing. So if this is the first time you're taking a look at this, listen closely. So we're going to be talking about health and why this is so important for our health. And you know that saying that health is wealth. So listen closely and find out about glutathione and how it impacts your health in such a positive manner.
Absolutely. So, folks, at the end of the day, our overall health depends on the health of our individual cells. If your cells are healthy, our bodies are healthy. And we want to keep things very simple. And there's a lot of common sense what we're going to be sharing with you here.
Absolutely. And one of the things that every cell needs to stay healthy is a molecule called glutathione. So that's what tonight's about.
Absolutely. And just that's the whole point is what is glutathione? It's such an important molecule. Can you kind of give an idea to the listeners here what glutathione is all about?
Absolutely. I love it when you ask that question because you know me, I can
I know
go
you know all about it.
for an hour. So glutathione is basically a protein. We're born with it, and it's our body's natural defense against toxins. And Chris, you addressed that with a problem with our food today, with pollution, which we're all surrounded by, and more. So let's delve into this a little bit more.
Well, absolutely. See, when we have optimal level of glutathione, folks, we have so many benefits. Just to name a few, your immune system is in a better state. It is stronger. It reduces inflammation in our cells. It helps slow down the aging process. We get better energy, better sleep, reduce stress, and better mental focusing clarity, which is so important. It improves performance, whether it is mental or physical. We get better stamina and recovery, so we perform better, whether it is in the gym, the classroom, the boardroom, folks, and even the bedroom. Would you agree, Jess?
Now you got their attention, Chris. So I'm going to bring your attention to this graph that you see. On the top left-hand corner is glutathione levels that we are born with. And as you see, we have high levels until about the age of 20. And then at the age of 20, we start to deplete our glutathione levels because of all these environmental factors. And this all starts at the age of 20. By the time that we're 50, we have about half of the glutathione that we did when we were 20. And now they're finding out this is happening for people in their 40s and even in their 30s. So what happens, glutathione levels go down. The bottom left-hand corner of the chart is about oxidative stress, and that starts to rise. And there's this crossover point that I talked about where all of a sudden, and I didn't say this earlier, but my background's in dentistry. And I remember my patients coming in specifically in their 40s and 50s and telling me all of a sudden, I now have all these health issues. I have, high blood pressure. I have high cholesterol. I don't have any energy. I've got diabetes. I've got this and that. All these things I've been hearing for decades, had absolutely no idea until I got involved with Max. It was all related to glutathione levels.
I totally agree, Jess. And as a matter of fact, um, when you sorry, my cursor's not moving. I apologize for that. When you have stress, poor diet, and we talked about that earlier, toxins, illness, alcohol, and just so many other issues that cause the glutathione to go down even faster. Remember what we said: if you have optimal level of glutathione, our cells are healthy, folks. If you don't have enough glutathione within your bloodstream, then it becomes a problem. Your body becomes a liability. And then when that happens, we tend to go, we get more familiar with our doctors and we start considering pharmaceuticals and so forth. And that's when things starts going downhill nonstop. And the fact is, there are options. And what we want to share with you is very, very important to overcome these big concerns with malnutrition.
Absolutely. And as those of us that are involved with Max, we know that when this research started back in the 1970s and 80s, that there were 74 clinical conditions, like medical conditions that occurred within people if they didn't have enough glutathione. Well, that was 74 that they studied decades ago. Today, we know that there's about 125 different health issues that happen when we don't have enough glutathione. So let's give them some hope. Let's talk about some
Absolutely.
benefits.
And by the way, folks, if you're following us here on Facebook Live, feel free to post some comments, some feedbacks. I know some of you here might actually been on the product or you've been on a product. Feel free to share some of your insights, because for the viewers and the listeners, it's always an added piece of the puzzle as hearing what people are saying about what we have here, because we know we've been around for so many years. We have incredible stories, which we'll be sharing with you at the end of this presentation session. Now, we've heard how important glutathione is. So why don't we just get more of it? Right? Why the pharmacists and why our doctors? Why is it that they don't tell us about it? Well, it's unfortunately, and it's not part of the education, the medical education, right? And it's kind of ironic, but the pharmaceutical industry are actually the same kind of firms that are actually contributing to the education to produce doctors. It's a little ironic, but the fact is, if you take glutathione pills, for example, or capsules, it will break down to the digestive tract. It becomes completely useless. There is another option where you can take it intravenously. Now, the thing is, the glutathione is designed to live inside the cell. That's what it's designed to do. That's how the body was designed to function and utilize this molecule that it produces naturally. But you can inject it. The good news is it's like if my fist would be the size of a cell. Okay, yeah, it would be the size of my cell. And what happens? The glutathione has to fit inside, and it's too big. If I use this ear pod, right? That would be my glutathione molecule. What's going to happen is it can't go inside the cell where it's supposed to reside, but it will do its job where it will go around and neutralize the free radicals. And that's the reason that people get intravenous glutathione. They will get some results, but the downside, it could be quite expensive. It is also short-lived because it is not inside the cells, right? It will just dissipate. And the fact here is that you may not get the same results than if you actually have the precursors. The precursors are what we want to talk to you about to come to the solution adjustment we'll talk about, which will ingest or introduce the glutathione inside the cells and protect the integrity of your cells. This is how this all works. It's absolutely phenomenal on how you can raise the glutathione level and how this can impact your life.
So true. That is so exciting because, like you said, Chris, people take intravenous glutathione or different forms. If they buy it at the store, there's only about a 3% increase inside your cells. Whereas if you take our product that, as you were talking about, like little Lego pieces, builds it in the cell, we have a 3 to 500% increase in glutathione in 3 months in 20 trillion cells. So let's talk a little bit about this solution. What do we have that makes this so different than anything else that's out there, Chris?
Absolutely. So it's a combination of the D-ribose and L-cysteine, and all of this here will actually produce the molecule inside the cell. So what's really interesting here, folks, is that we have the creator, Dr. Nagasawa. I had a memory blank for a moment. And even though it's written in front of me here. See, ribosine was created by Dr. Herb Nagasawa. It's just an amazing man, over 45 years of professorship, and who spent well over 25 years in his life in the research of ribosine. Over 54 peer-reviewed studies and so much more to come. Ribosine is the most advanced glutathione support available today in the world, folks. Over 300% more effective than the next best alternative, which is kind of ironic because we own it also, which is the Max GXL. We're not going to talk much about it here today, but the bottom line here is these are the supplements that you really, really need that can make a very big difference, a remarkable difference in your body.
Absolutely. And we have, these are some of our breakthrough products that we have. What's really exciting about this, again, with my background in dentistry, I was so keen on learning about the science. And you'll see some certifications up there. One is BSCG, that's Banned Substance Control Group. That is the most stringent body in the world to deem something to be certified drug-free. So if it's a professional athlete or an Olympian, they have to have that certification. And we have that. So that means that over the 4,000 banned substances that you cannot have when you're doing that elite type of athleticism, we are free and clear of it. So let's talk a little bit about some of our unique products, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, this is one of my ultimate favorite, which is the Max One. The Max One contains one ingredient, and this is the ribosine. The ribosine is the precursors that will raise the glutathione within the cells. So we talk about detoxifies, energy, stamina, strength, stress reduction, mental focus, sleep, skin, and so much more. Folks, this product is so important to consume daily. There are 60 capsules, which you consume 2 capsules a day. Okay. So what happens is you simply take one in the morning, one in the afternoon with a full glass of water, which is very, very important. The more liquid you drink, the more you help your body hydrate and get rid of the garbage inside. So this is phenomenal. It's one of my ultimate favorite, which is the Max One.
Absolutely. And then we've got Celgevity, and this is our flagship product. So we've got the ribosine that we've got into the Max One, but you will also see 12 powerful synergistic antioxidants alongside with that ribosine. So when you look at some of these things, I mean, people will say, oh, I take, turmeric, or I take alpha lipoic acid or milk thistle. So here we have something that has all of these incorporated in one product. And this is our flagship product because this one, people have seen phenomenal results and have huge changes as you'll hear later on with taking this product. So this is totally life-changing. It has been for me as well.
I agree, Jasmine. You see, folks, I know some of you say, well, I'm healthy. I don't need anything like this. I'm telling you, if you take this product, it will create a shield to protect you against the predators around you. If you're aging, want to stay useful, folks, take the Celgevity. It will slow down the clock, will slow down the decay. If you have health challenges and you're recovering, right? You want to take the Celgevity because it will speed up the recovery process. And if you're struggling with your health and running out of options, folks, you can't go wrong. Take the Celgevity. It will give your body an extra edge to be able to live a better quality of life. And folks, we have some incredible testimonials all over the world in the past 17 and a half years, almost 18 years. In fact, in February of next year, it's going to be 18 years I've been consuming these products. And the fact here is we have, I know Mary Paul shared that I can't live without it. Had 3 major back injuries. Celgevity reduced inflammation and caused, the pain that was causing, and the Celgevity was helping. Right, it actually works. And Allison loves the Celgevity. I had a lot of success with this product, folks. And I mean, there's tens of thousands, and I'm being very conservative. There's hundreds of thousands of people all over the world that are actually taking these products. Now, this evening, what we want to do is we want to introduce a couple. They're a friend of ours. They're actually amazing people who had a wonderful experience. So let me just stop the presentation here. And let's see here. Just bear with me 1 second. And let me introduce Pierre-Jean and Erica. They are a couple who have been consuming the products. And I guess, Erica, since you're on the left, I will start with you. Now, you are muted, so just to let you know. And Erica is actually an entrepreneur. In fact, both of them are entrepreneurs. They own some properties and some B&B. And PJ actually comes from the banking industry. And I know he also had a wonderful, wonderful product testimonial, wonderful product story to share with all of you. So, Erica, why don't we start with you and share your experience with the product?
Oh, thank you so much, and Chris and Jasmine. That was very enlightful to listen again. Every single time that we listen to all the description of the products and what ribosine is, it's always like a refreshing. Just I keep going, yeah, that is true. This is what happens to me. And for anybody who's been listening from the beginning, and everything that we are sharing here, like you sometimes wonder if that's exactly how it's going to help you. And in my case, it was for health reasons that I was curious about the products, and I started with longevity and then ATP and infuse. And what it happens to me is that I had a small injury that it happened in 2020, and because a lot of things were closed down, and I didn't have access right away for treatment or X-rays and things like that, then it became a kind of a chronic pain and inflammation and all of those things. Medication was doing something, but it was also numbing me to the point that I couldn't drive and I couldn't do much of the stuff that I wanted to do in the daily life, because you just want to go for walks and you want to drive to the stores and things like that. So I am not somebody who likes to take medication. That's one thing, and sometimes it doesn't help because that's it, right? Like you, but then I will be looking for something that it will help me. Now, the question that I ask is, when I was asked if I knew what glutathione is, I said no, and I think it was explained to me what it was, which I wasn't even listening to much. I just wanted to know if the product will help me to reduce the pain. And again, it's no, we don't do claims. We don't say it's going to help you, and it wasn't told, but it says, but it will help. Try it for a week, and then we'll see what happens. Where in 3 days, it was completely different story. For me, in 3 days, I was in a position that I couldn't even walk for more than 2 blocks, and I needed to stop to like rest a little bit and then walk back home. So it was very tough. I will do it slowly and trying to push myself to do a little bit more every single time, but it was difficult. It was painful. And within 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, less than 4 weeks, that I started taking this combination that I mentioned, I signed up for a 5K and I ran the whole thing because I used to run. So I am a runner. I'm not telling you just get up and go running. you know, I'm sorry, we used to run like half marathons and 10Ks and 5Ks with no all the time. So it was tough for somebody who was extremely active in that sense, and that I could not even like walk without being in pain. And that was enough for me to know, you know what, whatever that was, it helped me a lot. And from there, it just, my health in general started just changing, and I started having more hair, which is great. Then yeah, and again, it's like sometimes we forget what it was like,
Hmm.
right? So this presentations helped me to go back into thinking, okay, and connect to that what it was like before I started taking the products. And I know that Chris and Jasmine, you have been taking them for like more than 10 years, which is like, I don't know, you will not know what your life will be like if you never didn't have them in your life. But to me, I'm still, I see how people are aging around me, and I know that could have been going into that direction as well because of our lifestyles and the diets and everything, right? So super grateful that I was able to try that. And yeah, like anybody has any questions or any doubts or just want to know more about it, we have a lot of testimonials and products, and every time people tell their stories, it's just amazing to know how much this can help us. So yeah, that's
Wonderful.
what I want to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. That's wonderful. So, PJ, I know you also have a wonderful story to share, and if you want to go ahead, and again, I did mention to the audience here that you're an entrepreneur also, and you come from the banking industry, and I know you were quite taken by the technology and the results that you got. So, if you want to share, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, so the first reason why I started to take Cellgevity was because my wife told me to take it. So I had no expectations. She just said, "Oh, just start taking these products." So I started taking the products in August of 2022. And out of a whole bunch of things, here are some of my top three things that happen after 6 months of taking Max products. Um, it happened kind of like not really expecting it and not really realizing it, but then I started noticing something. So the first thing is I had exercise induced asthma. So, and I had to use an inhalers. So anytime that I was out of breath, when I played hockey, I worked out, or I was running, not running away from anybody, but just running. 6 months after I started taking Max International products, I started breathing perfectly. and I haven't used the inhaler since. The second thing that happened is that from January 2020 to February 2023, every week I received injections for pain in my neck and my back due to degenerative disc disease and arthritis. And around February 2023, I just stopped going to get those injections because the pain and the inflammation just disappeared. The third thing is I have ADHD, and I was taking ADHD medication for 15 years at very high doses. The pills, because as Chris mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur. The pills aren't covered by insurance, so it cost me about $350 to $375 a month. In February 2023, I started decreasing the doses because I was feeling a little bit better. And I thought, you know what? I thought that my concentration was a little bit better. And as of August 2023, I stopped taking all ADHD medication altogether. So those are the three top three. There are many more. I think like Erica mentioned, you don't realize after a while. Like I was in constant pain. I couldn't stand up for long periods of time, especially if I had to go shopping or or just waiting in line or what have you. I had to sit down. And I thought it was normalized. And I realized, I do 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day for my daily walks. I feel in top shape. I have energy when I go work out. And it's just been a real game changer in my life.
Wonderful. Well, PJ and Erica, thank you so much for your stories. Really, really appreciate that, and we really want to thank you for the time you give us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, folks, again, keep in mind that these products, they do not cure, diagnose, or anything like that. They are supplements. As you take these supplements, it's simply, you will find that it will reduce the inflammation by increasing glutathione. That's something that's very clear. And also understand that if you are taking medication or anything like that, make sure you consult with your doctor, making sure everything is fine, everything is in order. And our products do not cure anything at all. What they do is they provide the right environment for the body to heal. It's as simple as that, by eating good food. So as we end, Jasmine, do you have any last thoughts, last words you want to share?
Yeah, just like what you said earlier, Chris, whether you have good health and you want exceptional health, whether you have some minor health issues or some very serious health issues, get on these products, try them. They will change your life. Share this with other people. This is twofold. You can have just dramatic improvement in your life. I had the same experience that, honestly, I'm 66 next couple weeks and I feel 36. So if you want to have that kind of life,
you don't look.
just take the products. I mean, just get back to the person that invited you, find out more about it, and try them, because you too will have your powerful testimony, and we can't wait to hear all about it. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jasmine. Well, thank you again, PJ, and thank you, Erica, for the wonderful story. Thank you, Jasmine, for presenting with me this evening. And folks, if you're looking at this information, again, feel free to do your due diligence. Get back with the person who invited you to watch this. If you happen to be online and you're curious, just put a comment. Let us know. We'll be in contact with you. And at the end of the day, folks, this is a product that we have seen that has helped a lot of folks. And again, we do not cure anything at all. What we do is we create the right environment in the body so the body can thrive. It's as simple as that. So everybody, have yourself a great rest of your evening. And in 2 weeks, we'll have another session with other presenters. And you can see that in that live session that they're all there. They're all pre-booked. You can actually click the notification to be notified, and it will let you know the moment that we are live. So again, everybody, have a great evening, and thank you for attending.
Thank you. Bye now. Thanks, Chris.